Wow. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2022 Smart WFM Australian Business Book Awards. And lovely to see so many people streaming in. To start with, we would like to do an acknowledgement of country. And in the spirit of reconciliation, the founders of the Australian Business Book Awards acknowledge the traditional custodians of country throughout Australia and their connections to land, sea, and community. We pay our respect to their elders, past and present, and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples today. My name is Andrew Griffiths, and I'm joined today by Mr. Michael Hanrahan. G'day, Michael.
G'day, Andrew. G'day, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks so much, everyone. We are the co-founders of the Australian Business Book Awards, and we're pretty darn excited to say, well, this is the fourth awards that we're actually running. So that's kind of special. And it's the fourth awards ceremony. So we may know what we're doing. Okay, we're not going to guarantee it, but there's a 50-50 chance that we're good. We will get it right. Awesome to see so many people that we know. So many people have tuned in. So many authors, judges from around the place, interested observers, all kinds of people. Feel free to drop a comment and say g'day in the chat box if you would like to. And we're going to get things moving along, I think, here as well. So yeah, first and foremost, we do want to just say a big thank you to everyone for tuning in. We get that it's a big thing, and we're just stoked to have so many people joining us. It's just such a privilege to have so many people coming along. So what have we got in store for you tonight, Michael? What are we going to be covering? Tell us all about it.
So tonight we're going to be starting with basically a little bit of a chat about the awards and what's involved with putting them together and the changes we've made for 2022. We're going to introduce our wonderful judges. And then obviously the most important bit, we're going to be announcing all the winners.
Yeah, and it's always an exciting part, obviously, of that. We got to do a little bit of the groundwork ahead of getting to the meaty stuff about the awards. We want to do a very sincere thank you to each and every author who has entered the awards this year. We realise that it's a really big thing to do. Everyone's busy. Everyone's got so much kind of going on. But the fact that you've taken time to enter your book into the awards, it means a lot to us. It means a lot to everyone. And good on you for stepping up and being proud enough to put your book in. I think that's what it's all about. We keep laughing. It gets increasingly difficult for us to judge the awards due to the quality of the books that are being entered, and we love that. And Michael, I mean, what's your take on the quality of the books that were entered in 2022?
It's been a massive amount of feedback from all of the judges that it's actually been the hardest year yet to judge the books. So yeah, the quality's gone up a little bit each year. So we're going to be in trouble in the next few years. But yeah, certainly the books have been outstanding this year.
And I got to say, I'm super proud of the quality of Australian business books and Australian authors. When I first started writing business books 25 years ago, to be honest, there weren't actually lots of Australians writing and publishing. We were getting a lot of our books from Americans and British in the business space, which were great books. But there's a wealth of talent in Australia, and it's really coming to the front now. And that's one of the reasons why Michael and I started the awards 4 years ago, to really celebrate and acknowledge and encourage that in other people. So we're really proud of that. Now, a few changes, as Michael indicated, at the ABBAs this year, and you can decide which one of us is which when we talk about the ABBAs as our acronym. But the first thing you've probably noticed is that we have a beautiful new logo, and we have a whole new corporate imaging. And we kind of thought it's about time to really ramp up our branding. Being the fourth year, we looked at everything. We did quite an overhaul, and we've come up with this really nice look and feel for the Australian Business Book Awards, a classy and very sophisticated logo. We've applied it across a whole pile of branding, and we've had unbelievable feedback about it as well in all of the application that we've used it in. And again, it's just so nice to have that. We want to give a really big shout out to Letitia Moran Creative. Letitia is an extraordinary graphic designer. She helped us develop a whole new brand, and it's just been a wonderful process from start to finish. And anyone who's worked with Letitia knows just how creative she is and how talented she is. Anyone who wants to work with Letitia, get in touch with us and we'll gladly pass on the details. So yeah, we're pretty proud of our spiffy new corporate branding. Michael, we've got a new website. Tell us all about it.
Yep, so we've got a new website. So as Andrew said, a whole new look this year. We actually got a professional designer this time rather than doing it all ourselves. So that reflects on the website as well. So we wanted to give the whole branding a complete overhaul along with the new look. So the new website matches the new logo. It's a really next step for the Business Book Awards this year with the professional look of the website. So there's a gallery on there. So if you want to go and check out all the entries, you can have a look. All the books that have entered every year are on there, all the winners. So if you want to go back and see the winners and the entries from the last few years, that's all on there as well.
And I mean, we talk about this often, Michael. It's actually really cool to do that. When you look back and you see the last 4 years worth of entries, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of books that have been in there. It's interesting to see the evolution of that as well over time. We've made our judging process even more robust now, and that's always been something that we've wanted to make sure that the judging of the books is really beyond reproach. And we've introduced this. This was Michael's idea as well, to have a judging panel. Michael, do you want to tell us a little bit about how the judging panel works? Yeah,
of course. So as you mentioned, Andrew, one of our priorities from day one of the awards was how do we make the judging robust? So that was, one of our absolute number one criteria. And so what we've done this year is in previous years, there's just been one round of judging for each book. This year, we've added an extra round. So we created a judging panel, which is 9 of us judges. So what those people did was we got together for a shortlist day and we reviewed all of the entries. So so here we go. This was the team checking out all the entries. So all of the panel judges looked at all of the entries, and we had some criteria to go through, and we scored each book just for the shortlisting process. And so that meant that about a quarter of the books got excluded at the first hurdle. So the aim was to make sure that only the best books got through to the second round of judging. So that's something that we've added this year. It's given all the entrants an extra hurdle to get through to ensure that we only get the absolute best books going through to the judges.
And I've got to say, it was such a fabulous day. We did it in Melbourne to get everyone into the room together, to be able to everyone on the judging panel to be able to kind of discuss the books and, like what makes this one, worthy to get through to the next stage. It was great for us book nerds. It was kind of like Nirvana. We laughed a lot. We had so much fun, and it was really helped the process overall. Really added that layer of robustness that again is so important to us. So that was really pretty cool.
Yeah, really good fun day.
Oh, it was awesome. We'd like to do it once a week. 2022 categories, we've changed those around a little bit, Michael. Do you want to talk?
So we've been making a few changes to the categories every year. It's just a little bit of refining, and most of them stayed the same, but we've made a few small changes based on how many books enter each year, feedback from the judges, feedback from the authors. So we do review this every year. So I won't read through all of these now, we'll get to them later, but these are the categories for this year. A couple of categories have dropped off from last year, and we've also changed the way we do the best book cover design category. So a few changes every year just to refine it, and like I say, based on the judge and the author feedback each year.
Yeah, and we'll talk those through as we move through each of the categories as well. It's a dynamic thing. I mean, I don't know that we really thought that the awards were going to end up being quite as big and successful as they have been, and they keep growing every year in so many different ways. So we're really committed to just keep fine-tuning, make sure that every part of the process is robust, and really make the awards really credible in so many different ways. So that's really significant. So doing those kind of refinements around categories is something that we'll always be doing. Same with the judging process every step of the way. Now, the awards would not be possible without our very generous and incredibly supportive sponsors. And we've got 2 main sponsors that we would like to shout out and acknowledge today. The first one is Smart WFM, and that's Jared McGrath, Michelle McGrath and the team. Smart WFM came on board about 3 years ago. And I got an email from Jared one Saturday morning saying, hey, we love the awards. We want to be a part of it. We're big supporters of Indigenous literacy, of authoring books, Australian authors in general. And it's just been a fantastic partnership over the last 3 years. We wouldn't have been able to achieve what we have achieved without the support of Smart WFM. They are the naming rights sponsor, and we've got some wonderful things that have come out of this, and we expect this to be a great relationship going forward for many years. Jared has very kindly done a short video, and we're just going to share that with you now. And again, thank you so much for doing this, Jared.
Welcome to the 2022 Australian Business Book Awards. I'm Jared McGrath, founder and CEO of Smart WFM, and we are delighted to be the premier sponsor for these awards again this year. The Australian Business Book Awards, for me, are an amazing thing because it's taking topics that you are so passionate about in business and writing about them. That raises the bar in the business world and also helps to contribute towards our economic growth as a nation. Well done. To Andrew and Michael, thank you for taking the time to put these awards together. As a non-for-profit, that's something really special and something that shows your passion about business books as well. To all the judges that have given up their time to read these books and to judge these books and to take the diligence that you take to actually provide the feedback and get to the end result, congratulations. We are also delighted to sponsor these book awards because they're a not-for-profit, and any profits that these awards do make go to the Indigenous Literacy Foundation. This year, we're just about to make the $50,000 mark in terms of contributions to the ILF, and we are delighted about that. I'd also like to do another little call out in terms of Indigenous and First Nations. This is to my wife, Michelle, who's published this book this year. This is a non-business book about raising awareness of Indigenous and First Nations people in our country. This is the sort of thing that you get to do when you actually make money in your business and make money from your business book writing, and you actually get the opportunity to give back. This is incredibly rewarding for me and my wife and for us as a business. Well done to everyone. Congratulations. You're all winners in my mind by virtue of the fact that you've actually taken the time to write a book. Best of luck with the awards, and I can't wait to hear the end result. Take care.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jared. And of course, Jared is an author himself, a business writer. He's just working now on his second book called The Modern CEO, which is going to be fabulous. And Michael and I are fortunate enough to both be working on that. And of course, because he's the main sponsor, he can't enter the awards. And I said to him today that at some stage he's got to stop sponsoring the awards so that he can enter one of his books.
Maybe you'll have to skip next year.
Yeah, exactly. And we also both had the pleasure of working on Michelle's book, Yalamundi, which is a fantastic book and so aligned with everything that we do here. So thank you very much, Jared. Ocean Reef Publishing. Michael, Ocean came on board as a sponsor last year, I think, for the first time. And I think what I love about the fact that Ocean is involved, and Ocean runs a publishing company, lovely, lovely man. The awards, we're all working together. We've got competitors. I'm a book writing coach. We've got a pile of book writing coaches, other publishing companies. It's not, there's none of that competitiveness. This is all about everyone working together to raise awareness and to really acknowledge Australian authors. And I think that really shines through by the fact that Ocean has been a supporter. And we're really, really grateful to him as well. You know, without the sponsors, we wouldn't be able to support the Indigenous Literacy Foundation, and things like everything we do just wouldn't really happen in the slightest way. As Jared said in the video there, the ABBAs are not for profit. Everyone involved volunteers their time and their expertise. All of the judges, the people behind the scenes, and there's a lot. Poor Anna, who works with Michael, who's, you know, who really is the brains of the organization and pulls it all together. Lolita, my other half, you know, like there's a lot of people doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes, and the fact that everyone volunteers is just, you know, really beautiful. And volunteers are their own kind of free will. We don't have to force them into it in any shape or form. So they mostly volunteer, don't they, Michael?
Mostly, yeah. I'd say about 85%.
And again, as Jared said, look, we support the Indigenous Literacy Foundation. It's such a great organisation to be aligned with because of what we do. Any excess funds are donated to the Indigenous Literacy Foundation. And that's, I think, you know, when we started, Michael, 4 years ago, and we were thinking about the awards and we were looking for a not-for-profit because it had to be a not-for-profit for us. I think you suggested the Indigenous Literacy Foundation at the time, and it just seemed like such a great fit. It's been a great relationship, hasn't it?
Yeah, they do fabulous work. We already supported the ILF through Publish Central, our company. We do a donation to them every year. So they're very aligned with what we do. Obviously, it's publishing. They do get fabulous support from a lot of the major publishers around Australia as well. So they're a very, very well-established organisation. They do fabulous work.
Yeah, great. And we've just got a short video here again. We'd just love to share this. And this is a little bit about what the ILF do. And if you're not really aware of them, I think that this video really shows why they're an organisation to support. And I'm going to call on everyone, whether you're supporting it by being involved in the ABBAs or just if you're just in your business or whatever it is that you're doing, donating to the Indigenous Literacy Foundation is a very, very cool thing to do. And this is the kind of stuff that you're going to help them to do.
Teeny weeny icky keeny was a sad bird with a yellow cross.
Tartari said, "No way, Irkapai, you're not eating meat today."
Yellow duck, what do you see? I see a blue horse looking at me.
It's a real sense of joy and excitement when kids see their language represented in a book, and it's the books that they want to read. We are producing books created by Indigenous people from the remotest parts of our country, and kids are seeing themselves reflected in these books. They want to pick them up and share with their families.
The language is how we pass on culture, traditions, and share our identity with the world. It's an essence of who we are.
12 children was involved in writing No Way Irkapai. It came out from themselves. They started to draw a picture, different animals. Then I put the name of the animals all in Tiwi.
I speak 3 languages. Tija, Murora, Larry.
Here at Pidgidanga, we're making books in language, and there's 5 languages, plus English, plus Aboriginal English.
The impact comes from the community in that it's community-led. So we are empowering people to tell their own stories.
Elders in the community and all the different people come together to make these books. It's a collective process.
I'm feeling proud today, sending all the books that we give out to mums and carers to take back to their home and read with their kids. Some of them just took more than 2.
We've been able to gift out books to 280 remote communities nationally, responding to the diversity of needs in each community.
What we did?
Dilan, juk.
Changes I've seen in the children since our relationship with the ILF is a love of reading a lot more often, and they're recognising the value of learning to read and how that can create opportunities for their future.
They're getting up early and excited to go to school, and it's good. They can teach others.
To the parents, I suggest that you read your kid in both languages. So we won't lose our identity and what our ancestors taught us.
It's important to keep our culture strong and to pass it on to the next generation. My child is the voice of this future.
My child is the voice of the future.
Kakajuwi wata, ngiramini in the future.
if you're supporting the Australian Business Book Awards by entering, by being a sponsor, just acknowledging, celebrating it, whatever it might be, you're supporting the Indigenous Literacy Foundation. And that video really says it all. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful, proactive thing to be able to do. So this year, Michael, with the help and support of everyone involved, we're proudly donating $12,000 to the Indigenous Literacy Foundation, but we have a new addendum. And Michael, would you like to explain what our new member of the family here is?
These are our giant checks, which we've had a lot of fun putting together in the last few days. Anna hasn't had a lot of fun putting these together in the last few days, but we got there in the end. So yeah, this is $12,000 that we're very, very excited to be donating to the ILF. And you can see, you saw from the video there, how that money will be put to such good use.
Amazing. So over the last 4 years, we've been able to donate over $44,000, which buys a lot of projects and funds literacy, all in Indigenous communities. And in, keeping with the theme, it's another giant check, Michael.
Yes, another giant check. This one did Anna's head in, but again, we got there.
We didn't quite get to $50,000 this year. We're almost there. Obviously, next year is a big year. This year was a bit of a reset one, and we had a few extra costs with, rebranding and all of that kind of stuff. So we're close at $44,000. And I've got to say, I'm so grateful to everyone for supporting us in the awards. As a byproduct of doing the awards, how awesome is that? How amazing is it that's just on the side we're able to do that kind of thing. So I'm pretty revved about that. Our judges, of course, make the awards. We've got plenty of judges, and the judging process is pretty full on. We've got a new judging panel. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes when it comes to the judging side of things. Michael, do you want to just perhaps do a bit of a talk through about how the books are judged? Because we get asked that question a lot.
Yeah, so it's, as you can imagine, it's actually a very involved process. And like we've said earlier, making sure it's robust and, fully above board and fully transparent, something that's been really important for us from day one. In terms of logistics, we have over 500 books coming in each year. So each author enters a number of books. So they've got to send in a few books for each category they enter. So there's a lot of books coming in. So Anna has to keep track of them all coming in, make sure they're all in the right place, and then get them organized to send them out to the right judges again. So as you can imagine, logistically, that's a huge process. In terms of the actual judging process, something that's really important to us is, and we've had to figure out how to do this from day one, the judges that we have involved in the process have often worked on some of the books that have been entered. So this is something that we have to negotiate very, very carefully. The only way to get the best qualified people to judge these books are people who are in the industry. So the way we do that is when the authors enter their books, they have to fill out an entry form on our website. And they have to say who's been involved with the books. So it might be you, Andrew, as a writing coach, or us, who put the book together for them. So obviously you and I couldn't judge those books. So when we're sending those books out, we make sure they don't go to anybody who's been involved in the production of that book. Occasionally we've had one or two slip through the cracks. And when it gets to the judge just lets us know and says, hey, I wrote the back cover or whatever it is for this book. I can't judge it. And they send it back and we swap it and send them another book that they haven't been involved in. So that's a very important part of the process for us. We have the scoring system. We have a set of criteria that all of the judges work to. So all books are judged by the same standards and the same criteria. And all of the judges go through and they rate each book according to that criteria. So it's things like cover design, quality of the writing, quality of the book production, all those sorts of things. And then at the end, each book is judged by 3 judges. And those scores are tallied up. And then obviously the book with the highest score in each category wins that category. And the second and third place scores are the 2 finalists in that category. And the book of the year is the highest scoring book overall. So that's how the judging process works.
Love it. Thank you, mate. And of course, the logistics of judging the awards ramps up. Every year gets a little bit more intense. And this is where Anna comes in again. Imagine sending out over 500 books to almost 50 judges. There's books everywhere. we have to call in the heavyweights when it comes time to sending out these books.
Yeah, Archie guards them and keeps them safe when we're not here.
It's he's the official ABBA's book guard dog, which is just awesome. But we want to do a big thank you to each and every one of our judges. It is a very time-consuming job. You know, people take it and treat it very seriously. Our judges are amazing. There's a lot of them. They're a good-looking bunch as well. Okay, you know, generally, and they just give their time so generously. It's kind of humbling in reality when you look at what these great group of people actually provide. So thank you very, very much to all of our judges. We really do appreciate you.
Yeah.
Time to get down to business, and I think we need to start announcing some winners. We've got a few categories to work our way through, Michael.
Yeah, that's what everybody's here for.
That's it. You don't really hear to listen to us do all that preamble, but I hope that you enjoyed finding out a bit more about the Indigenous Literacy Foundation, hearing from Jared and the Smart WFM team, learning a bit about our judging process and what's happening and about our commitment to the awards. You know, it's just nice to be able to have the luxury of being able to share that with you. And we know that a lot of people have been following and supporting us from day one. So thank you. Okay, category number 1, entrepreneurship and small business. Tell us a little bit about this category, Michael.
Yeah, so this is always a popular category. So obviously the sorts of books we get in this category are about starting a business, business innovation, bookkeeping, business development. Some of the actual entries this year, we had a book about being an Airbnb host. Lots of books about how to start and run a business, a book about negotiating in business. So obviously, given it's the Australian Business Book Awards, this is always a very popular category.
And we've got 3 finalists for this category. The first one is Find, Build and Sell by Stephen Hunt. Congratulations. We've got From the Ground Up by Sunil Kumar. We've got Secrets of a Superhost, How to Become an Airbnb Rockstar by Jules Rolnick. And the winner, Michael, is?
The winner is Secrets of a Superhost by Jules Rolnick. Yay. Congratulations, Jules, the first winner of the night. So every category winner gets a trophy. So one of those will be going out. So you'll get that and some other goodies, Jules, in the mail in the next few days. And also every category winner gets a $200 Booktopia voucher as well. So you get some more reading.
Yeah, plenty, because we know if you're an author, you're probably a book tragic like the rest of us, and you probably spend a lot of money on books. Yep. Okay, category number 2, which is social responsibility. Is this a popular category, Michael?
Yes, this is. This was actually introduced a couple of years ago. We didn't have this category in the first year. This was added by popular demand. I think in the second or third year, we had a lot of people suggest this category to us, so we added this in. This includes things like socially responsible supply chains, socially responsible business management, excuse me, environmental issues, social issues, responsible investing. So in this particular year, we had a book about a fantastic book about the problems caused by our use of plastic, books about being more compassionate, and another really good book about how to turn your passion into a profitable business. So some very interesting books in this category.
Love this. Thank you, mate. And we've got 3 finalists in this category as well. The first one is The Compassion Revolution by Mary Freer. Nice cover, beautiful book. The second finalist is For Love and Money, Carolyn Butler Madden. And congratulations, Carolyn. It's lovely to have you as a finalist here. And then the third one is The Plasticology Project by Dr. Paul Harvey. And amazing cover there as well. So 3 tough topic, right? Highly contended this one again.
Yeah, very much so.
The winner, Michael, is?
The winner of social responsibility is Carolyn Butler Madden, For Love and Money. Congratulations, Carolyn. This is a fabulous book. Love this cover as well. Looks great. Very important book too. So yeah, if you're looking to get some more passion into your business, grab a copy.
And Carolyn, I mean, Michael and I both worked on this book, so we had nothing to do with the judging of it. That's the way that it works. But it's lovely to see a book that's about purpose and how to profit with purpose and grow a business with love, which is a new, I think, focus on the world post-COVID as well. So really kind of nice. Category 3, personal development, another biggie. Lots and lots of books on personal development.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is the biggest category just about every year, I think. This year there were 27 shortlisted books in this category.
Wow.
So some of the good diverse range of topics too. We had books on how to have a good business conversation. We had a book about dealing with breast cancer, a book about battling aging, which I might get myself a copy of, and just generally books about being emotionally stronger and more resilient. And we had a good book about managing your money, getting better at managing your money. So a really good mix of topics in this one.
Great, love it. Okay, so our 3 finalists in this category, was actually 4 finalists in this category, and the reason is that the 2 had tied on an equal score. So we had Life Admin Hacks by Mia Northrop and Dinah Rowe Roberts, which is a cool topic. Life Admin Hacks, I kind of like that.
Yep.
We had Leverage by Jamin Fraser, and a really interesting book, which again was deemed really worthy to be as a personal development finalist.
Generated a lot of discussion on the shortlist day, that book.
It did. There was a lot. It was a bit controversial, Jamin, we're going to tell you there. Money with Jess, a great book by Jessica Irvine, who's a senior economics columnist for Sydney Morning Herald and The Age, and of course this one here, This Working Life with Lisa Leong and Monique Ross. Another awesome book, and I love the cover of this one as well.
Yeah.
So,
I actually got to judge that one. It's a fabulous book. Really liked it.
Nice. Yeah, great, mate. Well, okay, one winner. Who is it?
Yep, the winner of personal development is Money with Jess by Jessica Irvine. Yay, congratulations, Jess. Your book's fabulous. It was very, very popular on the shortlist day. Everybody was keen to have a look at it and get stuck into it. So very popular book. Well done.
Yeah, fabulous. And again, such a timely book, and interesting, right, in personal development, because the book is really about helping you to develop better relationships with your money. And that's considered in this space, for the category, it's about personal growth and development. So we love that. Okay, category number 4, Michael, communication and sales. What's this all about?
Yeah, so this was a slightly smaller category this year. So a good range of books again, though. So we had a book about giving inspiring speeches, a book about marketing, a book about selling by building good relationships. So some business related books and a few kind of more personal development kind of books in this category as well.
Great. Okay. So we've got 3 finalists in here. We've got Boost Your Marketing ROI by Miriam Van Houston. Thank you, Miriam. Nice book. This is a great book. Monica Lunan, What She Said, The Art of Inspiring Action Through Speech. Very popular book, this one. And then The Art of Relationship Selling by Andrew Nisbet. And, 3 worthy contenders for the communication and sales category, but only have 1 winner.
Yeah, and the winner for communication and sales is What She Said by Monica Lunan. Congratulations, Monica. Absolutely love your cover. Your cover was very, very popular on the day. Book's excellent. Well done.
Yeah, great. And I judged this book as well. And I've got to say, I found it to be fabulous, really perfect, about breaking down 40 leading speeches by women around the world over the years, and what made them so powerful, what made them work. So it's a really contemporary kind of a concept with some older presentations, which I think made a really nice contrast. Beautiful job. Category 5, Michael, personal investment and finance. Tell us about this category.
Yeah, so as you'd expect, there's a lot of books in this category about personal investment and finance. So there's books about property investing, general money management. We also take books in this category on insurance, budgeting, accounting, personal bankruptcy. So it's very much, a lot of the categories are more focused on business. This is very much managing your money personally and, how to build your finances, retirement, that kind of stuff.
Nice. Okay. And we've got 3 finalists in here. Number 1, The Female Investor, Creating Wealth, Security and Freedom Through Property by Nicola McDougall and Kate Hill, a Wiley book. Money with Jess, in this one, this category came through again, was scored really well. So Jessica gets 2 mentions in so far. Eddie Dillon, or Edie Dillon perhaps, 30 Properties Before 30. How you can start investing in property right now, another Wiley book as well. So 3 on topic books there. Only 1 winner though. Which one, Michael?
The winner of personal finance investment is The Female Investor, Creating Wealth, Security and Freedom Through Property. So well done to Nicola and Kate. Another Wiley book, not surprisingly a Wiley dominated category, that one.
Yeah, one of the areas of speciality. And one thing we have really noticed this year in the awards is that we've had a lot of mainstream publishers or traditional publishers entering, and that's been increasing every year. And I think that that's the sign of the credibility of the awards. I think we had maybe 4 or 5 traditional publishing houses enter books this year. Would it have been?
Yeah, at least. Yep, definitely. Yep.
Yeah, maybe even more. But it's really nice to see. Management and HR. Another topic. Tell us a bit more about category number 6, Michael.
Yep. So there were 7 shortlisted books in this category. The books in this category included books about business culture, socially responsible business management, and flexible work. So there are actually a number of books on that topic, flexible work. You know, it's obviously been a very big issue for a lot of people in the last 12, 18 months, or more than that.
Okay, we've got 3 finalists here. We've got Karen Morley, who wrote and published Flex Ability, How High Achievers Beat Burnout and Find Freedom in an Overworked World. Nice cover, beautiful book. Well done, Karen. We've got Changing the Game, The Playbook for Leading Business Transformation by Michael Voolings and Graham Christie. Well done, another Wiley book there. And then Home Force, Building a Connected, Engaged, Home-Based Team by Joe Alilovic. And sorry, Joe, I always get my tongue wrapped and caught up around pronouncing your surname. But congratulations. And 3, again, fabulous books, but only
3 great covers as well.
3 great covers. I agree. Awesome covers there. And the winner, Michael, who is this?
Yep, the winner for Management and HR is Home Force by Joe Alilovic. Congratulations, Joe. We were involved in the production of this book. Obviously, we didn't judge it. It's a fabulous book. Really, really excited to see that one there.
Yeah, congratulations, Joe. And I know you put a lot of hard work into this book, and really nice acknowledgement. Again, a popular book with the judges. So well done indeed. Category number 7, leadership, which is one of the biggest categories of books generally in the non-fiction business space. How did our leadership books stack up this year, Michael?
Yeah, so this is always a popular category. So we had books that covered general leadership, business culture. We had a book specifically about business risk, a book specifically about customer service. So a good range in this category as well.
Yeah, great. So our finalists, 3 great finalists here as well. Tim Duggan, Killer Thinking, great book, great cover. I judged that one as well. Really good book. And I think I might have judged his other book there, Cult Status, last year or the year before, but he's a very good writer and some really great stuff in there. So well done, Tim. Pardon me. Mark Rosenberg, Mastering Hard Conversations, Conflict to Collaboration. Fabulous book again. You know, this is another really good quality book that's very relevant for the time that we live in. And this one by Jackie Skirmel, The Service Habits, 21 Habits to Transform Your Service Culture. Again, 2nd edition. Now, when it's fully revised and updated, you can enter 2nd editions in the awards because enough has changed in the book to let it be really a new book based on that. So a fantastic entry, I think, as well. The leadership category, Michael, the winner is?
And the winner is Killer Thinking by Tim Duggan. Congratulations, Tim. He won a category last year as well with his other book. So he's on a bit of a roll.
Okay, so you got to write another book, Tim, and it's going to be
see if you can go for a hat trick.
Yeah, hat trick, 3 in a row. We'll have to have an ABBA's Hall of Fame at some stage. If that's going to be the case, I think you'd automatically go in there, Tim.
Yep.
All right. Category number 8, a little bit different, technology. Now, Michael, tell us about this category this year.
Yeah, so this is the first time we've had this happen in the awards in 4 years, but we didn't get many entries in the technology category. There were only a few. And the judges assessed that none of them got up to the standard of our marking. So we actually haven't had any winners for the technology category. So again, first time that's happened, but the low number of entries, we decided it was better not to announce a winner for this particular category this year.
Part of that is for us too. Our thinking around this is that we want to have we want to make sure that there's a high standard for the books that are entered, and when we're not saying that the books that were entered in this category weren't high standard, but they weren't high enough. And that's what we've got to be really aspiring to, is to make sure that the books, people are really pushing hard to get there. We're not going to give someone an award simply because they've entered and they're the only one in a category. We just don't think that that's appropriate. So we spent quite a bit of time thinking about this, talking about it amongst ourselves, and we're very comfortable with that as a decision. So, so anyone who entered under the technology kind of category, we hope you understand where we're coming from. That's what awards are about on this. And again, one of our big purposes here is to raise the standard of publishing, and particularly business books in Australia as well. So just turning up doesn't really guarantee you a victory. You're competing against other really good quality books. And yeah, I think we're happy with the decision that we made there.
Yeah, very much so.
Category number 9, health and well-being. Was this popular this year? I think it normally is.
Yes, yeah, this is usually about the second or third largest category. So we had 12 books shortlisted this year for health and well-being. We had a couple of books about resilience. Again, I think a very relevant topic at the moment.
Yep.
We had a book on being a working mum. We had a really interesting book specifically on well-being for doctors, which was an excellent book. I actually judged that one. And a number of books about compassion. So a very good range of topics here as well.
Yeah, great. 3 finalists again. We've got A Fraction Stronger by Mark Berridge. Very good book. We've got The Naked Truth about breast cancer by the lovely Jane Marshall, which is a very powerful book. And then we've got Resilience Recipes by Fleur Hazelwood. A fantastic book again, a beautiful cover there as well. So making space for well-being that works. Fantastic books in this particular category, and really each of those books, could have won. But who did, Michael?
The winner for health and well-being for 2022 is Resilience Recipes. So congratulations, Fleur. Again, another book that generated a lot of interest on the shortlist day. It was a very, very popular book. So not surprised to see it winning the category.
Congratulations, Fleur. Nice job. Number 10. So this is the general catch-all kind of category, general business. So who goes in here, Michael?
So these are people who basically don't fit into any other categories. So as careful as we are working out the categories, some people do turn up with books that don't fit in anywhere. So this is basically if your book doesn't fit in any other category. So there's a very interesting mix in this one.
It's an eclectic mix of all types of things.
Yes.
Well, anyway, you can go online and you can see all of the books that are there.
Yeah.
Pardon me. So we've got I think we've got 3 entries, 3 finalists in this one again. We've got 4 Voices, beautiful hardcover book actually by John Vamos. Managing Love, Loyalty, Family, Wealth and Succession Through the Generations, which is awesome. Tim's come back again as a finalist here, Killer Thinking. Congratulations, Tim, for being in here. And this fantastic book by Sam Traddles, Negotiate Your Worth. Become a powerful business negotiator by discovering the characteristics you share with Aussie animals. And anyone who knows Sam knows that she's very, very creative, and it's a really nice, unusual kind of approach to doing this. So congratulations. Book. Yeah, fabulous book. Congratulations, Sam, Tim, and John. But we can only have one winner, and the winner for this one, Michael, is?
The winner for general business is Sam. Congratulations, Negotiate Your Worth. Well done. We love this book. Very interesting take on the topic. So well done, Sam.
Good on you, Sam. And I think you look a little bit like that emu on the cover there, Michael. There's certainly some similarities in there.
That's what the hair's doing today, isn't it? Yeah. It's getting a bit long.
Congratulations, Dale. Now, best cover design. So this is always an interesting one. And always a little bit controversial, right? Trying to choose the covers. Tell us how we've done it this year to try and avoid controversy, Michael.
Yeah, so again, based on feedback from earlier years, we decided to make this process include all of the books that entered. So in previous years, authors had to enter their book in the best cover design category, which at the end of the day means that the book that wins is not the book with the best cover design, it's the book with the best cover design that entered that category, which is not the same thing. So this year we decided to include every book that entered the awards in the cover category, unless the author opted out, which nobody did. So that means that we had 118 books or whatever to consider for the covers, rather than just 30 or so that entered in the previous years. And so the way we did this was on the shortlist day, You actually saw the photo before. We laid out all the covers on the floor, and everybody had to go around and put stickers. We had color-coded stickers. They put stickers on their favorite covers, and that's how we voted on the best cover this year.
And when it comes to cover design, it's also important to note that it's not just the front cover, it's the spine, it's the back cover. Even the inside front cover, nowadays kind of comes into that judging as well. So, and there's a lot that makes a great cover. It's not just, it's pretty. It's not just that it's clever. It's got to have all of the different elements. And so this is always challenging, but it's very different also when you're physically holding the book up as opposed to seeing a digital representation. Books are very, very different, and they don't really translate well digitally when you see beautiful covers. Anyway, we've got 3 finalists in the best cover design. Once again, Killer Thinking by Tim. Again, so it's a really professional, smart and on-topic cover. We've got the Plasticology Project by Dr. Paul Harvey. We think that's a really, I guess, a really aligned, you know what it is, and it's pretty powerful kind of a cover, and it's
it really tells the story of the book.
Geez, doesn't it? It's horrible, but beautiful. And then What She Said, The Art of Inspiring Action Through Speech by Monica. Again, it's a beautiful, beautiful cover. Particularly if you see the book, you'll see what we mean. Now, what we also wanted to do, though, was to really shine the light a little bit on the designers as well. So we've got here the best cover design finalists for Tim, Killer Thinking, cover design by Vanessa Ackland. And so Vanessa, I'm not sure if you would be on the line or not, but we want to acknowledge you for doing such a beautiful cover for Tim. We've got the Plasticology Project was designed by Daniela Catucci of Catucci Design. Forgive me if I haven't pronounced that right, Daniela, but again, you've done a beautiful cover there. And then the last one was for What She Said, and the cover design, because that was done by Wiley Publishing. That's just generally, we're acknowledging Wiley Australia for the design of that particular cover. So pretty amazing. But only one of them can win, Michael, and the winner is?
Best cover design is What She Said by Monica Lunan. So congratulations for everybody involved in that cover design. When I voted, I actually voted this one number 1 immediately. There are a lot of good covers there, but this one really stood out. It's like something you'd hang on your wall. It looks fabulous.
Yeah, and it's a really beautiful book that I think we all got a soft spot for it the minute we saw it as well. And the cover is good. The book's fantastic. So don't stop at the cover. If you buy it, make sure you read what's in there. So now we get to the biggie, the business book of the year. So, we've come a long way. We've done all the other bits and pieces. How do we determine the business book of the year? I know you mentioned it earlier, mate, but just go into a little bit of detail again about, how do we actually come up with a winner for this?
So again, it's the highest scoring book across all of the categories. So at the end of the whole process, obviously, we've just got a rank of scores, and it's simply the highest scoring book. If we had a tie, that it was going to go to another round of voting, but we haven't had a tie yet for the Business Book of the Year award. So it's simply the highest scoring book throughout the judging process.
Fabulous. Our finalists for the 2022 Book of the Year. So these are the 3 top scoring books, and insert drum roll here, I guess you could slowly. Secrets of a Superhost, How to Become an Airbnb Rockstar by Jules Rolnick. Again, scored really, really well. Same with Fleur Hazelwood's book on resilience recipes. Such a simple looking book, but I tell you, that really did score highly there. And Money with Jess was another really judge favorite, without a doubt, and a fantastic book that, again, just scored so incredibly well. So we've got 3 really different books. When you look at them, they're amazing. Winner, the 2022 Smart WFM Australian Business Book of the Year. Michael, the winner is?
The big one, the winner is Money with Jess.
Woohoo!
Congratulations, Jess. Business Book of the Year 2022. This book was extremely popular with everybody we spoke to. Just so the people watching can see, I know it's not very good on the camera, but it's a beautifully formatted book. Color all the way through, looks fabulous, great content. Every single judge who looked at this was extremely impressed. So congratulations, Jess, very exciting for you.
And we wanted to just play a short video that Jess had posted on YouTube and on her website, just to explain a bit about the book and her thinking around that. And I think it's a really lovely insight into a fabulous book. And we'll play that for you briefly now. It's only short.
Yeah. For me, the most important thing in writing this book is that I didn't know how to manage my money. I thought long and hard about it using my expertise as a finance journalist, and I came up with a system that I've shared a lot on Instagram, and I got a lot of questions about how that all works and how you can apply that to your household budget. And I really hope that people read the book and are encouraged to just take baby steps to start tracking your spending and starting to figure out where your money's going, and hopefully come to a place where you're not so confused or intimidated by money. I explain in the book that actually money is very, very simple. It's a means of exchange. You give your labor over to your boss and they give you money, you go spend it. And over your lifetime, you have to make sure that you get enough money to buy all the things you need for your entire lifetime, and save a little aside during your working life so that when you're retired, you've got some money to draw down on. And really, I think for most people, it's about as simple as that. And there's liberation in knowing that although finance can seem really intimidating, I'm here to tell you that it's really not. And I go into this in detail in the book and talk you through sort of some of the emotions that you might be thinking about money, some of the unhelpful thoughts that you need to dismantle before you can really start making just the small incremental things of becoming more conscious of where you're spending your money, and more conscious of how you want to allocate that for yourself today and for future you. If you like, you can actually go on my website already, jessicairvine.com.au, and you can access all my budgeting worksheets there for free. The book helps to explain how that system all ties together, but you can go to jessicairvine.com.au and find all that information today. And I hope that it does inspire you to take a little bit more ownership of where your money is going.
Awesome. Thank you. Big round of applause for Jessica. We love it. The big checks come out again, Michael. Beautifully modelled, I might add. Jessica gets a check for $2,500. All the finalists get a $200 Booktopia voucher, I think it was, Michael.
This is my side hustle now, modelling big checks.
I think you've got a career. I think this is the beginning of a new career. Those numbers are all going to get a lot bigger next year. And you'll be modelling the big check again. Big congratulations to all of the 2022 Australian Business Book Awards finalists. Thank you so much, folks. Thank you for making it really, really hard to judge these awards. And we don't see any reason why it's going to get any easier in the future. Thank you to everyone who's been involved in the awards. Michael, who are they?
Well, obviously it wouldn't happen without the authors, the judges, the sponsors, and the wonderful team, which whenever we say wonderful team, we mostly mean Anna. So if we left the logistics to me and Andrew, I hate to think what would happen.
We're just the glory boys. We
get to turn up on the night and have fun.
We get to wave the big checks around that Anna has to somehow manufacture, produce, and make. Big shout out again to Jared and Michelle. Smart WFM, amazing organisation. Empowering people globally is exactly what they do. Thank you so much, guys, for supporting the ABBAs again. And now, sorry, I've just got to say that, Jared, you're now kind of committed, because we've got big checks made up with Smart WFM Australian Business Book Awards in the corner. So you can't not sponsor them now because we've got big checks with your name on it. So that's that. Ocean, thank you again for being a sponsor. Greatly appreciated, mate.
Thanks, Ocean.
We also admire and respect everything that you do as a publishing professional. Thank you. The ILF, we know you're going to put all the money to a good cause, and you're going to, really do some wonderful stuff. And we'll have a bit of an update on that next year when we crack the $50,000 mark as well. So I guess this is it, Michael. We'll see you next year for the 2023 Smart WFM Australian Business Book Awards.
Yep, another year done.
We'll announce that, I guess, early in 2023. We might take a month or two off, but we're getting more organised. We'll be back. I guess January, February, we'll probably start announcing.
Start getting organised. Yep.
Start getting organised. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's thank you from me. Appreciate you turning up. And
Thanks so
Michael,
much for tuning in, everybody.
we really appreciate your support. We appreciate you giving us the time for coming along tonight. And, you know, those of you who are fortunate enough to be winners tonight, congratulations. Celebrate it, leverage it. Tell the world that you've won, you know, you're a finalist or a category winner. Make the most of it, because it can really help you with your book sales and, you know, getting media and all kinds of things. So we really actively encourage you to make the most of it. So until next year, thank you very much, folks.
Thanks, everybody.
See you, Michael.
Thanks, Andrew.